Canto 12, chapter 2, text.
Mataji, chapter 3.
Chapter 3, text.
15.
15. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yastuttama shloka gunanuvadha sangiyate abhikshanam amangalagna tam eva nityam shrunuyad abhikshanam krishne amalam bhaktim abhipsamana. The person who desires pure devotional service to Lord Krishna should hear the narrations of Lord Uttama Shloka's glorious qualities, the constant chanting of which destroys everything inauspicious. The devotee should engage in such listening in regular daily assemblies and should also continue his hearing throughout the day. Since any topic related to Lord Krishna is auspicious and transcendental, the direct narration of Lord Krishna's own activities, political and non political, is certainly the supreme subject matter for hearing. The word Nityam here indicates regulated cultivation of the topics of Lord Krishna, and Abhikshanam indicates constant remembrance of such regulated spiritual experiences. So, a person who desires pure devotional service to Lord Krishna and pure devotional service is described in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita about how the pure devotee does everything for the satisfaction of Krishna in all activities. He's dependent on the Lord and he does everything for his pleasure. He's not disturbed by happiness and sorrow. I mean, he's not too excited about happiness. If it comes, yes, he will be happy. He's not a stone, but or neither does he. I mean, there will be some sorrow if there is some sadness, but he will not get too much weighed by that. He is free from all cares and he doesn't fear, he's not anxious, and he's a kind friend to everybody. He's not even his enemy's enemy. So all these qualities are mentioned. So if we want that level, and Krishna says in every verse, he describes all the qualities of pure devotee, and he says that he's very dear to me, he's very dear to me. So this is what Krishna wants, because it's based on pure devotional service, is based on love for Krishna. And though they said that we should hear the narrations of Lord Uttama Shloka's glorious qualities, the constant chanting of which destroys everything inauspicious. We have to force ourselves in the beginning, but afterwards, we cannot stop. We want to hear. It's like oxygen for us. We can stop breathing, but not hearing Krishna Katha. Because the mind, if you just leave it, if you don't uh, bring Krishna into the picture, and then what happens? It's always thinking of some sense gratificatory thoughts, gross or subtle, wanting some pleasure. All the time it's running after some pleasure. And so, if we don't think about Krishna, naturally you'll think about Maya. And that's why if we want, when we when we are purified, then very naturally we will think of serving Krishna. Everything, whatever we see, even we are doing material work, is we'll think about how to satisfy Krishna with that. Everything. We are talking to someone from within the heart. We always want to please Krishna, satisfy. So the heart becomes the seat of everything because Krishna is sitting there and our consciousness is always with Krishna. Then naturally we will do everything. It's like somebody is, suppose you're walking with Guru Maharaj and then you meet so many people, you will not happily forget that he is standing next to you. Everything will be in relation to him. And whoever comes will ask them to talk to him. So, in the same way, when you become aware that the Paramatma is with us, then naturally all work, automatically we will do pure devotional service. So, for that, to reach that, we have to develop a service attitude. That is the only thing. Because we are so used to sense gratification, which has covered our consciousness. Everything we think of our own material experiences, whatever it is. You just see, if you analyze, if you're very sensitive to your thoughts, or even we are thinking about other people and so on, it's all in relation to our own mental perceptions of what I like or don't like, or whether they are favorable to me or not favorable to me. Everything in relation to my own experiences, my limited physical, material experiences, mental also, but material. So, on the other hand, relating with Krishna means it's transcendental. We are seeing how Krishna is the source of everything, material and spiritual. All matter is also coming from him. So then we will feel very close to Krishna because he's not far away somewhere in Goloka and something spiritual. I don't know. I'm only seeing all material things. But all these material things are also, Krishna says, I only am. All material things are also, that is me. See the sun and the moon, that is also me, represents me. Taste in water represents me. The fire that cooks your food is me. So why is it me? Because it's all coming from his body only. Nothing is separated from him. So there is that, so that way we can always be Krishna conscious, even when we are doing material things. We can think this is Krishna. I mean, it's by Krishna's mercy that he has arranged everything for me. And when you see other people also, how can I please and satisfy these people? Because they're part and parcels of Krishna. I can satisfy Krishna. Always, thinking in the service mode. But in the mental mode, oh, do I like this person? And how is he pleasing to my senses and mind? That is the other way. And then we make judgments out of them. Everyone should be like the way I think they should be. And if they're not, I'll criticize them, whatever. We become judgmental, even without actually planning to do so. It happens. That is the way the conditioning is. Every material nature, Maya, is conditioned us. Of course, different modes are there. In the mode of goodness, it's less. Mode of goodness is more spiritual in nature. And mode of passion is always thinking of sense gratification. Mode tamoguna is, of course, so dull and only thinking of gross sense gratification of the body's things. So, and that is why hearing Krishna Katha is such a wonderful thing. Constantly, if any time, the way we do, if there is any gap between our work, immediately we take the mobile and see something, what messages or whatever we are attached to watching. We do that, but like that, we should become attached to Krishna. That anytime there is a gap, okay, let me listen to Krishna Katha. There is so much like a tap water, it's constantly available, but we have to choose the right ones which elevate our consciousness. And in this way, we can so every day says morning, constant chanting of which destroys everything inauspicious, all negative thoughts, negative emotions, everything, all inauspicious things. And once such feelings, negative feelings go away, then there is only auspiciousness in our life. It is all to do with our mind. The mind is central to our happiness because the minute we make it purified and shining and as a servant of Krishna, everything in our life will completely change. So that is a fact. And it destroys everything inauspicious. The devotee should engage in such listening in regular daily assemblies and should also continue hearing throughout the day. Since any topic, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, since any topic related to Lord Krishna is auspicious and transcendental, the direct narration of Lord Krishna's own activities, political and non political, whatever Krishna does is perfect. Even he is trying, some political strategies. That is also spiritual. Everything Krishna does is wonderful. Is certainly the supreme subject matter for hearing. The word nityam here indicates regulated cultivation of the topics of Lord Krishna, and apikshanam indicates constant remembrance of such regulated spiritual experiences. That will elevate us from the mundane way of thinking. Mundane thoughts always degrades us. And if you're engaging in mundane talk also, let's chit chat for some time. You sit and talk mundane topics which has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. It will degrade and finally you'll end in an argument or you will end up condemning some people, talking ill of others, doing some nonsense. So everything must be connected with Krishna. Whatever we do in our lives, whatever we talk about, even about the world around us, about people, it is always in relation to Krishna. Sri Rajo Vacha Kenopaya Payena Bhagavan Kalir Doshan Kalau Jana Vidhamishyanti Upachitams Tanme Bruhi Yata Mune. King Parikshit said, My Lord, how can persons living in the age of Kali rid themselves of the cumulative contamination of this age? O great sage, please explain this to me. King Parikshit was a compassionate, saintly ruler. Thus, after hearing of the abominable qualities of the age of Kali, he naturally inquired as to how those born in this age can free themselves of its inherent contamination. It is only for our sake he's sitting there without eating and sleeping or drinking and just asking these questions. Everything is only for us because he is already a liberated devotee, I mean, he has seen Krishna at birth only. Even before birth, he saw him. So, where is the need for him to do? Just see how compassionate he is. He's only listening with the rapt attention so that he can ask the right questions, and he is going to give the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's all. Only once he heard, then he's going back to Godhead, and it's all for us. So he's asking, how can those born in this age free themselves of its inherent contamination? युगानि युगधर्मांश्च मानं प्रलयकल्पयो कालस्येश्वररूपस्य गतिं विष्णुर्महात्मना. Please explain the different ages of universal history, the special qualities of each age, the duration of cosmic maintenance and destruction, and the movement of time, which is the direct representation of the Supreme Soul, the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. So he's asking for a lot of knowledge about this age, each age, full description we're going to get. Sri Shuka Uvacha Krite Pravartate Dharmas Chatuspata Janair Drita Satyam Dayatapo Danam Itipada Vibhor Nripa. Sukadeva Goswami said, My dear king, in the beginning, during Satya Yuga, the age of truth, religion is present with all four of its legs intact and is carefully maintained by the people of that age. These four legs of powerful religion are truthfulness, mercy, austerity, and charity. Purport. Just as there are four seasons, there are four ages of the earth, each lasting hundreds of thousands of years. The first of these is Satya Yuga, when such good qualities as charity are prominent. Actual charity here referred to is as dhanam, is to award fearlessness and freedom to others, not to give them some material means of temporary pleasure or relief. Any material charitable arrangement will inevitably be crushed by the onward march of time. Thus, only realization of one's eternal existence beyond the reach of time can make one fearless, and only freedom from material desire constitutes the real freedom, for it enables one to escape the bondage of the laws of nature. Therefore, real charity is to help people revive their eternal spiritual consciousness. Religion is here referred to as Vibhu, the mighty, because universal religious principles are not different from the Supreme Lord Himself and ultimately lead one to His kingdom. The qualities mentioned here, truthfulness, mercy, austerity, and charity, are universal, non sectarian aspects of pious life. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the fourth leg of religion is listed as cleanliness. According to Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, this is an alternative definition of the word dhanam in the present context. Okay. Um, so here, yes, truthfulness, mercy, austerity, and charity. Normally we talk about cleanliness. Yes, we also cleanliness. So truthfulness, um, is this thing mercy. Truthfulness is when you speak lies or we don't worship the Lord or understand about the supreme absolute truth. When we're not spiritual, then truthfulness is lost. The little bit of truth is still there, tottering in Kali Yuga. Mercy is when you kill animals, then mercy is lost. Austerity is uh, uh, austerity is for uh, sorry, no, truthfulness is related to gambling. When there is gambling, truth is lost. Then mercy illicit sex, intoxication,
Mercy is
austerity.
killing the animals, no Mataji. You lose the
Yeah,
mercy.
mercy is lost when you kill animals. Yes, austerity is intoxication. When you take intoxication, austerity is lost. And here it is charity, but then we normally cleanliness. Cleanliness is lost when there is illicit sex. So all these four legs were very strong, are very strong in the Satya Yuga, the age of truth. Religion is present with all four of its legs intact and is carefully maintained by the people of that age. And here he's talking about charity. I mean, charity, of course, in all ways we should be charitable. Grihasthas are told that you should call people and give them prasadam. If anybody needs food, then we should give. At least, we can start by giving to cows. I've always wanted to give, because in North India, every morning, I've seen in Rajasthan, and where else? Maybe Gujarat also. I don't know. But in Rajasthan, I definitely saw all the cows walking, and they will all be walking on the road, and every house it will stop, and those people will call the cows and give them leftover chapati, something. Every day they have to feed the cow. That is so wonderful. And I was thinking, there are no cows here where I can feed. The one cow, some cows go to the hopcoms opposite our house, and I don't know when they come and all that. So I was just thinking, and yesterday I was so happy because the one who, the ironing man below, he told me, the cows, now they're coming to me. One day, suddenly, somebody came and nudged me. I looked at it, it was a cow. So I had some bananas, I gave it, like that he was telling. Then I said, okay. And they like chapatis and all that. Okay, then daily I'll give you every day. He said, so if there are chapatis left over, he said, no, you make two chapatis every day for the cow. He said, okay, very good. So I desired to do that, and somehow Krishna has arranged. And it's such a wonderful thing. First, starting with cows, I don't know why in South India we don't worship or feed the cows so much. In North India, they have everywhere, somebody or the other will have lot of leaves, food to feed the cows, and you can pay a little money, buy and feed the cows all around in so many places. It's so nice. So cows, you feeding, you feel so satisfied, and the cows are also benefited instead of. It's so sad to see them going through garbage, eating plastic. It's so horrible. So like that, I mean, of course, nowadays people, I mean, India has come out of the poverty stage that people don't have money even to buy food and all that. But we can give dhanam of feeding people prasadam, Krishna prasadam distribution, and we are doing that in our sankirtan and all that. So that is a charity. Yes, it's very good. We should set aside every month something for charity. And then what else? Charity or cleanliness, of course. And yeah, truthfulness, mercy, where anyway we are not eating non-vegetarian, and no intoxication. So that's the only thing. Charity also, because, and b- sometimes we say that if you give charity, then you have to take another birth because um, because it's a pious activity. So devotees, sometimes we don't do any charity thinking, oh, it's all pious activity. But in the Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned that even for liberated souls or even renounced order of life, they must never give up yajna, tapas, dhanam, performing even for the sannyasis. Yajna, Tapa, austerity, and charity must never be given up because it purifies us. So, some way we can make it Krishna conscious and give prasadam and keep prasadam with us, so that in the signals, so many people keep coming to ask money, and most of them may be cheating, the professional beggars, but we can give prasadam that they won't say no and they will enjoy it. So, in this way, then that creates a feeling of service to everyone, compassion. And but the best charity is what? That is just simple charity. But most important, we should want people to get freedom from this material bondage. Thinking I'm this body, and then whatever sensual mental pleasures that I'm seeking for, that is the ultimate in life. Or people are just wasting their time and thinking this is all there is. There's nothing more than this. Right from student life, how many students in quota still now recently, so many students giving up their life because they were not able to clear the IIT entrance exam. Crazy. So actually, we should go to Kota. I think Kota ISKCON is, I don't know if they have an ISKCON in Kota, but some Gujaratis must be told go to Kota first, because they really need the students, there they should go preach. All of them, let them join temples as brahmacharis also, no problem. Then parents might think, okay, we can tell the parents now, don't make a fuss. They would have committed suicide. Now instead, they are living and they're doing great work. And then they can study also, not a problem. But if they feel that, oh, what's the use of my life? I didn't get into IIT. My parents wanted me to go and get into IIT. No problem. That's not the end of life. Become Krishna conscious. Whether they join the temple full time or not, anyway, they can become devotees. And so, like this, always, I mean, so many people are just thinking so sad and morose because they don't know what's the purpose of life. And the minute we understand whatever we are thinking is the most important material life is all useless, illusory. The real thing is waking up to a reality that Krishna is for real. Krishna is a person and he's here. And oh, I can just, oh, he's in a moment. This thing is just one name away. I hear chant Hare Krishna and then he's there with me. This is real wonderful news for the people. Just imagine before we came to Krishna consciousness, and then you must recollect how was the feeling when I understood that chanting Hare Krishna is what is, will awaken you to spiritual life. And then you started reading Prabhupada's books. How much the darkness every day, bit by bit, the darkness went away, right? So that is freedom. That is looking for something, for hope. When all And then we realized all the petty things that we thought was so important and which made us feel so depressed. How many people are depressed? Who else recently? In the paper, every day you see somebody or the other is depressed. And this person is a Muslim, but he got into IIT very easily. And then suddenly he became very aloof, depressed. And before long, they found out that, I mean, he himself told that he is going to join ISIS and he was campaigning for them. And then he committed suicide. So, this is the kind people are depressed and then they don't know what's the purpose of life. So, the real charity is to somehow excite everyone to Krishna consciousness. Is Disha here? Disha is not there. Disha is crying because she said, oh, this summer vacation, my parents are going to the village and, in Bengal, and I won't be able to distribute books or I won't have devotee association. Of course, I wanted to tell her that take books and do kirtan there. But yeah, she can do there. But she's not even sheltered devotee. But this urge to share it, and that must be from coming from her past life, because whoever she calls They say, oh, Disha called me, I'll go for the program. So she's got that. But more than anything, she's got that desire to make everyone happy by giving them books, Prabhupada books every day she has to distribute. Sometimes even chanting she doesn't do. That we said, no, you have to finish your 16 rounds, then only all this. But that much compassion for people, whoever, whatever age, whatever walk of life, she has no qualms about that. Just go to them and tell them with a smiling face, and people are ready to listen. So it is just our mind which comes in the way and tells us, no, 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 what will they think? I will not open up here. For her, there is nothing. She just talks to everybody. Even she came to our house for, the Gaura Purnima, some deity, this thing had to be taken. She started talking to our servant and she told her something. She said, so like this, she's always looking for opportunities. And that's what is real in life. There's nothing else real. And everything else, Krishna will arrange whatever is required. All people are running, thinking some material achievement is going to make them happy and then wasting time. Santushta Karuna Maitra Shanta Dhantas Titikshava Atmarama Samadrisha Prayasa Shramana Jana. The people of Satya Yuga are for the most part self-satisfied, merciful, friendly to all, peaceful, sober, and tolerant. They take their pleasure from within, see all things equally, and always endeavor diligently for spiritual perfection. Samadarshana, equal vision, is based on the perception of the Supreme Spirit behind all material variety and within all living entities. So, this is real mode of goodness. And we are thinking that, civilization means you have to be very, very agitated and driving yourself crazy, doing something or the other, right? We feel, if I'm not, those in the mode of, sorry, normally they feel that, where is it? That every day I have to be doing something or the other. Otherwise, we feel, agitated. Oh, I've not done something today. But that is because because of our restless nature. And the Satya Yuga are for the most part self-satisfied. So whatever they do is only whatever is really required, not simply just for the sake of doing something because we feel restless. I have to do some passionate activity, otherwise I feel very restless. But on the other hand, they're very happy on they're self-satisfied means they are in the spiritual awareness. So they're very contented and they're very merciful, friendly to all, peaceful, sober, and tolerant. They take their pleasure from within. They're not dependent on others for getting pleasure. I have to go and chit chat with my friends, otherwise, oh, something will happen. My head will burst. So we have that we seek pleasure from outside, right? I have to go here to the restaurant and I have to go somewhere. Otherwise, oh, boring this weekend, so dull. Or I have to, when we meet somebody, we have to keep on chattering. Otherwise, we think we're not communicating. You don't need to communication doesn't mean that you have to keep on chattering. You can have perfectly wonderful relationship without talking. I mean, only when it's essential. There is something to really convey, and then you talk. Not just sake for the, but in material life, it's like that. You have to be on, keep on talking. Otherwise, people will wonder what happened to you. Why you're not talking today? That will never happen among sadhus. You see, sadhus, they're not chit chatting all the time. They are very contented, peaceful. Whenever there is something, they will convey. Other times, they're very calm and quiet. So they take pleasure because they're taking pleasure from within. See all things equally. Equally meaning everyone is spiritual and always endeavor diligently for spiritual perfection. That is their main focus. Material life, we are always diligently trying to see how to improve my material situation. And opposite is those people like in the Satya Yuga or those who are sadhus. They're always endeavoring for spiritual perfection. Samadarshana, equal vision, is based on the perception of the Supreme Spirit behind all material variety and within all living entities. That's how we can be very satisfied. You see all material nature, there is so much unlimited variety. How can we finish seeing everything? In this planet only, we have not seen anything. We have seen just a few places, but what variety exists just on this planet alone? Every country is so different, nature is so different, and all the animals and living creatures. What wonderful creation Krishna has done. And so a person who's only seeing the material variety will think, I have to go on exploring and seeing and understanding. Then he's all the time traveling and looking, all that. But it doesn't satisfy, because unless you see that, because there is unlimited variety, and then you think, oh, there is so much, so many planets and so many varieties of existence. I need to familiar myself with all of that. So how much can you do? Because it's unlimited. Material life is full of variety. But this is not meant for my enjoyment. We have to be Krishna's servant. I mean, understand that Krishna is this reason for all this material variety. It's all coming from him. And we glorify him. And then whatever material variety we happen to see, then that also should remind us only of Krishna. Not that, oh, this is all meant for my enjoyment. Let me just stay here. Oh, very nice. Like the materialistic people, they go to holidays, they go for, some vacation in the hills or hill stations or beautiful scenic places. Devotees don't waste time like that. They go, I mean, as it is, Krishna's temples are in beautiful locales, and seeing Krishna satisfies the soul completely, because all beauty is coming from him. Who can be more beautiful than him? That is the only way we can be satisfied. Otherwise, we will also have to keep on going. So nowadays, people, because they don't worship God, and they have this urge for beauty, urge for seeing something new, they're bored, and that's why weekends means I should go away somewhere. I see that nowadays, even on Saturdays and Sundays, the traffic is doesn't reduce at all on the roads. Before Saturday and Sunday, the less traffic because people went to work, didn't go to work on the weekends. But now people are busy going somewhere or the other. They're traveling non-stop, so there's no difference. So people are becoming, because if you don't surrender to Krishna and try for inner happiness, then you will seek more and more happiness from without. Somewhere you have to go and get some happiness. Tretayam dharma padanam turyam shohi yate shanai adharma pader anrita himsa santosha vigrahai. In Treta Yuga, each leg of religion is gradually reduced by one quarter by the influence of the four pillars of irreligion: lying, violence, dissatisfaction, and quarrel. So he's saying in Treta Yuga, each leg of religion is gradually reduced by one quarter. Not that one leg goes away completely. Instead, every leg of religion is reduced by one quarter by the influence of the four pillars of irreligion, which is lying, which is opposite of truthfulness, violence, which is opposite of mercy, dissatisfaction is, you can say, opposite of austerity, and quarrel. Anyway, this is a quarrel is there. So maybe because people are not charitable. So they just, are trying to aggrandize. They're not giving charity, but trying to take. So there is always quarrel. By falsity, truth is diminished. By violence, mercy is diminished. By dissatisfaction, austerity is diminished. And by quarrel, charity and cleanliness are diminished. So in Treta Yuga, every leg of religion is reduced by 1/4. Tada kriya tapo nishta nati himsra nalampata traivargika strai vriddha varna brahmotara taranripa. In the Treta Yuga, people are devoted to ritual performances and severe austerities. They're not excessively violent or very lusty after sensual pleasure. Their interest lies primarily in religiosity, economic development, and regulated sense gratification, and they achieve prosperity by following the prescriptions of the three Vedas. Although in this age society evolves into four separate classes, O king, most people are Brahmanas. So in Satya Yuga, everybody is a Brahmana because everybody is self realized, doing meditation, they're God conscious, and but in Treta Yuga, what happens? Rather than meditating on the Lord, they are more interested in doing ritual performances. So a little bit of, mind is more disturbed. So they cannot sit and meditate. They have to do something physical and severe austerities also, because in Satya Yuga, no need of doing severe austerities because the austerities are simply so that you can think of Krishna. And when the heart is pure, you're already thinking of Krishna. No need to do austerities. It's only so that is, they're not excessively violent or very lusty for sensual pleasure, but they are interested in dharma, artha, and kama, and they by following the three Vedas. So even though these four varnas are also slowly coming, society evolves into four separate classes, O king. Most people are Brahmanas. Like in Kali Yuga, most people are Shudras. Treta Yuga, most people are Brahmanas. Tapaha Satya Daya Daneshva Ardham Hrishvati Hrish Hrasvati Dvapare Himsa Tushti Anrita Dveshair Dharmasya Dharma Lakshanai. In Dwapar Yuga, the religious qualities of austerity, truth, mercy, and charity are reduced to one half by their irreligious counterparts: dissatisfaction, untruth, violence, and enmity. So it is another quarter of this, all the legs are reduced. So there is dissatisfaction. In Satya Yuga, complete self satisfaction. And Dwapar Yuga, dissatisfaction and untruth. Even in Treta Yuga itself, lying was introduced. And here, yes, much more untruth, violence, and enmity. In the Dwapara age, people are interested in glory and are very noble. They devote themselves to the study of the Vedas, possess great opulence, support large families, and enjoy life with vigor. Of the four classes, the Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas are most numerous. So, okay, we'll say continue with that. Or we'll just, okay, we'll see what is Kalau and then we'll stop. Kalau tu dharma padhanam turyam so dharma hetu bhi edhamane kshiyamano hi ante sopi vinangshyati. In the age of Kali, only 1/4 of the religious principles remains. That last remnant will continuously be decreased by the ever increasing principles of irreligion and will finally be destroyed. Tasmin lubdha durachara nirdaya sushka vairina durbagha bhuri tarshascha shudradaso tara praja. In the Kali age, people tend to be greedy, ill-behaved, and merciless, and they fight one another without good reason. Unfortunate and obsessed with material desires, the people of Kali Yuga are almost all Shudras and barbarians. purport. In this age, we can already observe that most people are laborers, clerks, fishermen, artisans, or other kinds of workers within the Shudra category. Enlightened devotees of God and noble political leaders are extremely scarce, and even independent businessmen and farmers are a vanishing breed as huge business conglomerates increasingly convert them into subservient employees. Vast regions of the earth are already populated by barbarians and semi barbarous peoples, making the entire situation dangerous and bleak. The Krishna consciousness movement is empowered to rectify the current dismal state of affairs. It is the only hope for the ghastly age called Kali Yuga. So, so there are very less number of enlightened devotees and noble political leaders are extremely scarce. And even businessmen are all independent businessmen and farmers are a vanishing breed. And that is what Modi is trying to do in India. Atmanirbhar, start your own business. That's very good. Actually, it's very good even for spiritual progress. You don't have to work under someone and then do whatever he says. You can be, and then you're forced to do, you don't have any independence. Here, to all startup companies, please give them Krishna consciousness. We are planning that. And then what happens? They will all, because they are independent in their livelihood, and then they can decide how much to work for. They can set the principles. They don't have to listen to their bosses who only want profit and nothing else. And farmers also. Farmers have to become very God conscious. If they do all that properly, then automatically rains will come. So even independent farmers are a vanishing breed because business conglomerates are all, they want to take over the farms and then use these farmers as paid laborers. So that's very bad. Vast regions of the earth are already populated by barbarians and semi-barbarous peoples, making the entire situation dangerous and bleak. And the Krishna consciousness movement is empowered to rectify the current dismal state of affairs. It is the only hope for the ghastly age called Kali Yuga. So that is Hare Krishna mantra, giving to everyone and engaging them in kirtans and prasadam and making them come for the classes. It has to just spread. If we go even to villages, make one devotee, that is enough. Somebody who's little sincere, make them into devotee, and we will come there once a month or twice a month. But you take care of the village people. Make sure he has to go door to door, make them chant. And like this, it has to spread in a very big way. First in India and then all over the world. Of course, there is ISKCON all over the world. And even if we get some success, that will be duplicated everywhere. Simple way method. We just follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's method. And it's really everywhere there is awareness. People are all becoming more God conscious. And all ISKCON centers are becoming more active. No doubt about that. A lot of expansion happening. So we can also, in our whatever we can do, we should also do very nicely. Then we can be satisfied. Okay, I've done whatever I need to do, I have done to satisfy Krishna. And that will definitely affect the, counteract the ill effects of Kali Yuga. Thank you very much, Hari Krishna. Any questions, comments?
Mataji, Hare Krishna, please accept my apologies.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Yes.
Mataji, this Varnashram started then from the Treta Yuga, right? In the Satyuga or Krita Yuga, there was no Varnashram.
Varnashram,
Yeah.
from Dwapar Yuga. In Treta Yuga itself, it sort of started, but mostly everybody was still Brahmanas. But in Dwapar Yuga, it was there, and Kali Yuga, it is degraded, where everybody is mostly becoming Shudras. Though by birth, people may claim, I'm Brahman, I'm Kshatriya, Vaishya, and all. But if you go by actual this thing, people are mostly all Shudra by nature. Then
Yes,
only
Mataji.
what is a Shudra? Shudra means one who's only concerned about material sense gratification. That is a Shudra. And so he loses his intelligence and he cannot be independent. Being independent means people are rebellious, that is there. Becoming independent means that you're more God conscious and you don't want to, you want to be, you want to do everything for the purpose of satisfying Krishna, not for satisfying material masters and getting money from them. So that is what, because self realization is the goal of life, that is why this independent um, job was considered to be very good, because you make some amount and you're satisfied and you make further progress. Now, what is happening? More and more and more money. So, those who are businessmen, they are very greedy. They want to use their money, they want to buy off all the farms and everywhere, make other people work for them, and I mean, they want to take too much profits. So that is why it's all completely Shudra culture heading towards. But yeah, by no, we should not consider by birth, but by qualification. Everybody is doing Shudra job only. Who is doing Brahminical? Not so difficult even within ISKCON to ask somebody to dedicate yourself. Why don't you do Brahmana's job? There is no Brahmana who does yajnas and deity worships, not so many in ISKCON. You do it, you can do so many samskaras, and you can be independent in your livelihood. You can earn more than enough for your family. They're not ready to do that. No, I'll do some other job. If you want, I'll do computer job for the ISKCON, but I will not become a Brahmana. How many people want to be Brahmana even? Very rare, very few. So by qualification, we are not.
Mataji, you were also talking about perfect relationship without talking. Like we can establish the perfect relationship without talking much. Can you please elaborate that point, Mataji?
No, when your mind is very peaceful and everyone is Krishna conscious, then the mind is not overactive. It's not chattering simply something or the other. Mind is overactive, but your mind is very peaceful. Then only things, of course, inspiring things we can share. It's not that we should be mum and not talk. Prabhupada said, if you're talking about Krishna, keep talking. Otherwise, don't talk. Simply, you just talk. And what do people talk about when they meet? Oh, yesterday, what I did? This. And then today, something or the other, which is not okay. I'm not saying that you should artificially stop talking, but it just indicates a state of consciousness. On the other hand, if you're satisfied, you're thinking about Krishna, then what will you talk about? If what is most important to you is Krishna consciousness, you'll only talk about Krishna consciousness. And if all the people around you are Krishna conscious, there is no urge to talk, talk for talking's sake. Suppose you are going with a devotee, okay, you're also peaceful, you don't feel like talking, the other person also doesn't feel like talking. They don't think it's impolite. Whereas in material, this thing, now, if you're going with someone, it's impolite if you keep quiet. You have to keep talking, keep, for the sake of conversation, talk something. That is not required. That's what I'm saying. Unnecessary talk is not required. You feel you're satisfied, you're connected with Krishna, I'm connected with Krishna, then we understand each other. There's nothing to feel hurt or anything. Whatever you say or don't say, it doesn't matter. You're surrendered to Krishna, then you're not trying to insult me or put me down, or you don't hate me, right? I trust you. If there is something, you will talk to me. Otherwise, even if you don't talk to me, I don't feel that you hate me, or you don't like my company, or that you think ill of me. Nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Mataji, like avoiding the prajalpa and all, right? That's what.
Huh? Avoiding
Hare Krishna
because
Mataji.
Prajalpa.
Prajalpa, yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji Ratapuran.
Then with Pranam Vinay Prabhu. Amboli.
Mataji, Prajalpa में
क्या प्रभु आपका मोबाइल से क्लियर नहीं, किसी और को, एनीबडी एल्स हर्ड हिम प्रॉपर्ली?
प्रभु आपकी आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा आप क्या बोल रहे हैं।
प्रजल्पन क्या होता है?
माता जी
प्रजल्पा
प्रजल्पा का मतलब क्या होता है? आस्किंग दैट।
प्रजल्पा। प्रजल्पा का अर्थ है कि ऐसे कुछ 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 पर्पस के बिना ना दूसरों के बारे में ये बातें करना, ऐसे ही जैसे प्रजल्पा बोलने से हम कुछ अच्छी बातें, कुछ जिससे हमके कुछ ज्ञान मिले, उपयोगी बात, ठीक है। लेकिन क्या होता है, कभी कभी हम जैसे बैठते हैं ना, दूसरों के बारे में बातें करने लगते हैं, है ना। वो ऐसा है, वो ये है, वो तुम्हें मालूम है, वो उसका घर में क्या हुआ, ऐसा, ये सब प्रजल्पा है। गॉसिप बोलते हैं ना, गॉसिपिंग अबाउट अदर्स, दूसरों के बारे में ये करना।
मतलब जी एक और क्वेश्चन है
क्या?
कि जो भी एक और क्वेश्चन है माता जी, वॉइस आ रही मेरी सही?
क्या?
मेरी वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है क्या माता जी?
हाँ हाँ, अभी परवाह नहीं, बोलिए।
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ कि जो डेमिगॉड्स को पूजा करते हैं, जो डेमिगॉड्स को वर्शिप
हाँ
करते
हाँ,
हैं माता जी,
डेमीगॉड। हाँ, डेमीगॉड्स क्या?
उनको हम कैसे प्लीज कर सकते हैं माता जी? जैसे वो दुर्गा
उनको
माता का
कैसे
करते हैं
प्लीज कर
और
सकते हैं? उनको
प्लीज प्लीज।
अभी आप हरे कृष्ण मंत्र जाप करके कृष्ण के शरणागत होते हैं, और उनको अनादर नहीं करना चाहिए। लेकिन आप पूरी तरह से कृष्ण के समर्पित हो जाएंगे, तो देवता लोग आपसे बहुत खुश होंगे। अपने भक्तों से भी ज्यादा वो कृष्ण भक्तों से बहुत खुश है देवता लोग। लेकिन हम उनको अनादर नहीं करना चाहिए। देवता लोग भी भगवान के बड़े भक्त है, तो हमारे हृदय में हम समझना चाहिए कि वो सब कृष्ण के शरीर में हैं। तो मैं कृष्ण के शरणागत हो जाऊं, तो देवता लोग भी मुझसे तृप्त होंगे। इस प्रकार उनको आदर करते हुए हम कृष्ण के भक्त बनेंगे, सभी देवता हमसे बहुत ही तृप्त होंगे। और कभी कभी उनका जैसे हमें ये काफी है, क्योंकि हम अलग से उनको उनका वर्शिप करने की आवश्यकता नहीं। ऐसा भी नहीं कि उनका मंदिर में नहीं जाना ही है, जा सकते हैं। कभी कभी ऐसे जाते समय रास्ते में कुछ देवता मंदिर आ गया, उधर जाके हम प्रणाम कर सकते हैं और उनसे मांग सकते हैं कि मुझे भक्ति दीजिए, मेरा कृष्ण भक्ति, और मेरा जो रास्ते में कुछ अड़चन है या ये है ना, बाधाएं हैं, उनको प्लीज दूर कीजिए, ऐसा हम मांग सकते हैं। तो देवता लोग हमसे बहुत तृप्त हो जाएंगे, बस।
मतलब हमें पहले डेमिगॉड्स को प्रे करना होगा।
नहीं नहीं, अलग से प्रे
मतलब उनको
करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। हमारे, क्योंकि कृष्ण के अंदर सभी देवताएं हैं ना। इस प्रकार हम समझते हुए कृष्ण को समर्पित होके हमारे कृष्ण मंत्र जाप करते हैं, तो सभी देवताएं हमसे बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं और हमारा मदद करेंगे।
ओके मैम, थैंक
माता
यू।
जी हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी, आपका हिंदी बहुत स्वीट है। मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है माता जी। मेरे को बात ज्यादा करने का आदत है, इन शॉर्ट बक बक करने का आदत है। तो ये बड़ा इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट माता जी। हरे,
आ,
तो माता जी ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है कंट्रोल करना। जैसे आप बोलते हैं ना, हम प्रजल्पा नहीं करना है, हमेशा कृष्ण के
हाँ।
बारे में करना है। हम चाह के भी, हमारी आदत है ना, मेरा स्वभाव है ऐसा, तो चाह कर भी जब स्पेशल ड्यूटीज के साथ नहीं होते, कहीं और होते, तो वो आती है माता बातें। आई कैन नॉट कंट्रोल माई टॉक माता जी। इट्स प्रैक्टिकली डिफिकल्ट माता जी। सो व्हाट आई कैन डू माता जी?
नहीं, आप तो कृष्ण से संबंधित विषय ही बात करते हैं ना।
नहीं माता जी, और भी बात आती है कभी कभी,
हाँ।
आउट ऑफ
माता जी
जेलसी।
हाँ
माता
हो
जी रसगुल्ला वाली बात किया करिए तो सही हो जाएगा सब।
हाँ क्या क्या
रसगुल्ला वाली बात करते बोलिए माता जी, जैसा रसगुल्ला की बात करता हूँ।
क्या वाली बात?
माता जी, इट्स
रसगुल्ला
नॉट
माता जी,
क्लियर।
गुरला?
रसगुल्ला रसगुल्ला।
रसगुल्ला,
अच्छा
अच्छा अच्छा।
अच्छा, रसगुल्ला वाली बात। हाँ, नहीं, आपको किसी का निंदा करने की इच्छा होता है ना, तो आप सोचिए मैं कैसे प्रशंसा कर सकूं। अभी जो भक्तों के बारे में बातें करने की दिलचस्पी है ना, वो निंदा करने के बदले में हम सोचेंगे आज कौन सा डिवोटी का गुणगान करेंगे। ऐसे करना, आई मीन प्लान करके करना, तो धीरे धीरे ना वो टेस्ट निकल जाएगी। दूसरों का निंदा करना पहला पिकल जैसा है। कुछ लोग ज्यादातर लोगों को क्या है, वो अचार जैसा, इतना अच्छा अचार बिना कुछ लोग जी नहीं सकते ना। वो हम हमारा स्पाइस देता है सब्जी, आई मीन हम खाने में अचार भी डालते हैं। तो उस प्रकार दूसरों के बारे में गप्पा मारना अचार जैसा है, लेकिन हम रसगुल्ला डालना है, अचार को निकाल के रसगुल्ला डालना।
माता जी, इट्स अबाउट डिवोटीज, इट्स ओके माता जी। डर के मारे हम शायद डिवोटीज के बारे में ना बोले कि हमको कृपा ना है, लेकिन आई एम टेलिंग अबाउट अदर देन डिवोटीज माता जी। वो बड़ा
है ना?
मुश्किल होता है कंट्रोल करना।
हाँ, धीरे धीरे आप अच्छा चांटिंग करना, प्रे करना, हे भगवान मुझे हायर टेस्ट देना, मुझे, क्योंकि उससे वैष्णव निंदा भी हो सकता है ना। क्यों करना है? और आपका समय बर्बाद होगा और मन अच्छा नहीं, शांति नहीं मिलेगा। वो बात करने से शांति मिलता है और भी एजिटेट होता है ना,
जी माता
हमारा
जी।
मन। तो इसीलिए आप प्रार्थना करना, हे भगवान मुझे अच्छा टेस्ट देना, अच्छी विषयों के बारे में बात करना बस। और जैसे ही और कोई भी यदि शुरू करेंगे ना, तो हम उसको चेंज करना है टॉपिक। अच्छा ठीक है, अभी हम उनके बारे में नहीं बात करेंगे, और कुछ और ऐसा अच्छा टॉपिक्स आप इंट्रोड्यूस करना, ताकि आप जबरदस्त इसको रोकना चाहिए, तभी आपका एडवांसमेंट होगा। तो इसके लिए प्रयत्न करना चाहिए, चांटिंग करते हुए भगवान से भीख मांगना चाहिए, प्लीज प्लीज मेरा ये जो भौतिक प्रवृत्ति है इसको प्लीज आप ही रोक सकते हैं। तो उन्हीं की कृपा से हम हर कोई जो भी दुर्बलता है उसको हम पार कर सकते हैं।
ओके माता जी,
जरूर, हाँ जरूर आप कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि आप ओपनली एडमिट कर रहे हैं ना, और आप क्लास भी सुन रहे हैं, आप तो भक्ति भी करते हैं। तो ये सिर्फ ये जो अनर्थास है ना वो निकल जाएंगे।
Ma-
ओके माता जी, थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे
Mata,
कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have one more doubt, Mataji. With your
ओके
permission, can I ask?
ओके।
Yeah. Mataji, suppose if any devotee hurts us sometimes, any devotee, we used to, because we cannot say anything to them, we used to simply listen to them. And sometimes if we repeat this Mataji told, she scolded me like this, or if we repeat to others, is this also Prajalba or gossiping Mata? Because we are speaking about the incident happened exactly to others. Out of anxiety we are sharing to others is also Prajalba Mataji.
What is the motive behind doing that?
Uh, so we
That is the main thing.
sharing our sorrowness or sharing our sadness.
Why
Because
should you
I
share with
hurted a
everybody?
lot. I'm crying because of this situation. She told me like this, but I'm not like this. Misunderstanding happened. This sometimes, if we spoke like this, also is this Vaishnava Prada or Prajalpa Mataji?
See, you
Uh,
should want, if you want the situation to be rectified,
mhm.
and that things should be nice between you both, you go to a senior devotee and tell them, see, I felt very upset, she spoke like this. Then the devotee can take some steps, talk to that person, or counsel both of you. That way something good will come out of it. But if you tell other people, simply everybody you tell, what is the use? They'll simply either think bad of you or think bad of them. and nothing is going to happen. They will also do Prajalpa. Oh, do you know what? Those two, this is how they fought, and it will keep on going everywhere. The whole Ramayana will spread. Everybody will be talking about it. What's the point? Have you achieved anything through that? You've just made people fall down more.
Oh.
And that devotee, either they might think bad of you also. They might think why she is fighting like this. She need not have done like this. They may talk like that about you also. It's not only about that other devotee, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So why all this? That's why whatever, even if somebody has done a mistake, you should only try to help them. Either you directly try to help them, or you tell the senior, please, if they have influence over them, whoever has got influence over that devotee, please, can you just see this devotee did like this, or she's got some problems, or she does some mistakes, only to help people. Everybody is got full of faults, no? So what is the point of just making big about the faults? There is no use. We should try to help. We need, that is what is devotee association for, so that we have all faults, but we'll help one another, so that we'll progress. Otherwise, why do we need devotee association? I can sit in my house, I chant Hare Krishna, I read the books, I do Arati, I make prasadam, more than enough. Why do I need association? Because I cannot survive on my own. My mind is there. I cannot feel the love. I need devotee association to reach Krishna. That is why we need association, not to talk Prajalpa and make us all fall down. Then what's the point? Better no need of association only then, if it's going to make us worse, isn't it?
It's Mataji, I understand. If suppose if senior most devotees are doing same thing, no, we cannot go beyond them. Suppose at that time, what we have to do, Mataji?
What? Senior devotees are
Senior
doing
most
what?
devotees are hurting, no? Senior most devotees are hurting, and
Oh,
we at that time.
you can go and tell them that, see, but, I mean, can I ask you why? Because they are devotees, no? And their senior means they'll be quite mature in advance. So you ask, um, I felt very hurt. Can you please explain to me how I should take this? Like that. Or you can go to another senior devotee. No, but that also better to go first directly to the same person and try to settle it.
Oh.
Okay. What
Oh.
will you achieve by telling all the people? They're not, unless they come and help you and say, okay, we will talk to that person and then you can overcome. I mean, so that your relationship becomes okay. If somebody is ready to help like that, to them you can go. But to general everybody, you tell what is the purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, even though it is a fact, we should not discuss because of we may make them fall down from their bhakti also. So we have to resolve by uh, talking with senior devotees or directly to the same person who is hurting.
Yeah.
It comes as a
Because,
Vaishnava Aparadha also, Mataji.
yeah, if you talk about people behind their back, it is Vaishnava Prad.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And on
Yeah.
the other hand, if you try to rectify it in a very positive way, you will
Mm.
feel very, very happy and peaceful. And all wonderful, loving relationships will blossom. Otherwise, there'll be just envy and bickering and talking behind the back and, plotting and
Mm.
not nice. That is what there in the material world. Na? People simply pretend, hypocrites. They'll talk very sweetly and behind their back, they'll gossip about you. We don't
Uh,
want that.
so there is, if we talk like that, there is no difference between Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava.
Yes.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, thanks, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Okay. Now we go to prayers. We pray for His Holiness Jagtak Swami for his good health, well-being, longevity, protection from all diseases for him, as well as his servants and all Prabhupada disciples and all our devotees and their families. And we pray for very good rainfall both in Telangana and Karnataka. And we pray for all peace, harmony, prosperity all over India and also outside India, all over the world. So let us chant 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sorry, Mataji.
Ah,
Dandavat Pranam, please accept my
then,
humble. See,
yes.
continuing to the Nirmala Haripriya Mataji's question, like sometimes, like some devotees, that only she asked you, na, maybe hurting them or something like that. Sometimes, Mataji, I just have a doubt, like that devotee may be telling the truth only sometimes for that other devotee. Maybe that words may be opposite devotee may not able to be means they are not able to take it. Okay, so that time automatically they get hurt, na Mataji. Okay, so in that case, how to deal that?
So that's what either you go to that person himself. See, whoever has spoken the truth, then you ask them, why did you say like that? And they have to be truthful and say, see, this is what it is. But we have to tell truth also in a nice way. Satyam Bruva, Priyam, no, Satyam Vada, Priyam Vada. You have to speak the truth, but in a very pleasing way. So next time when they come and said, see, I felt hurt, can you please explain to me why you said that? Then you can say, see, I didn't mean to hurt you. I wanted to help you. Like that, the devotee will also change, no, his way of speaking.
Yeah. So basically, it's a way of speech. What words we use matters. Here, we want to tell something to that other devotee. So you are doing like this, like some mistake is happening. So we can use some like not hurting words.
Yeah. We have to be very careful. And in case they are hurt and you feel they are hurt, then you can call them and explain to them, see, I know you're hurt, but actually I only said for your good. And the person who's hurt also should think that they're all Vaishnavas and definitely they must be thinking for my well-being only. So let me go and humbly ask, why did you say like that? I didn't understand. That's all. We should not, it's only, we should not allow a false ego to come in between. That, how dare they say me, tell me I'm so good. No, so that should not be there.
Okay.
Because, whatever misunderstandings we have, we should immediately settle it. We shouldn't allow, just sweep it under the carpet and act as if everything is fine. That is not good. Anything, anybody is feeling hurt, even small petty thing, immediately clear it. Talk to them. Okay, what happened?
Because
why
sometimes the nature of the devotee may be, some devotees will have that type of nature. Like, they may be little, the way of talking, they may not able to use a flowery language, like, straightforward. Because see, all are only, we are trying to become devotees, no Mataji. We are not devotees also. So to change our nature also, it will take time. So in that case, as a senior devotee, sometimes, they may be in the, service pressure or like, enthusiasm. They may say fast, like, no, Mataji, why you are doing like that, like this? We may say something like that, So immediately opposite devotees' faces will become like this. So we have to come out of that. See, there is, no Mataji, how like, so they are saying for my good only or something like that, we should take it.
Yes. We should take it like that.
Personally, they can discuss with that devotee. Prabhu, I felt like this. Otherwise, Mataji, I felt like this.
Yes.
Like maybe if they have heart.
Yeah, because that is what is Vaishnava association. Why do we need Vaishnavas? And why the senior, junior and all that? Not for some hierarchy. Because we want their help and support. They've got more experience and they are helping us. So we should be humble. Okay, maybe they really corrected us. So let's go and ask. What to speak of senior Vaishnavas? Sometimes Guru Maharaj corrects only, we feel hurt, isn't it?
Yes,
and can we afford to be hurt with Guru Maharaj? I don't like Guru Maharaj. He's shouted at me. then we'll only fall down. So it's like that. Association is simply for our progress, and Krishna will be very happy if we are humble. That is, we can also realize, oh, I've got so much false ego. No one should say anything to me, isn't it? The minute we feel
Yes.
hurt, we should first examine ourselves.
Because see,
Why
Mataji,
am I
that
feeling?
devotee purposely may not be, but sometimes the devotee's nature will be like that, to talk straightforward. And some devotees' intention they keep inside, and they may use the flowery language. These two things are the discrimination, like two different things actually.
No, yeah, not flowery language, just to be a hypocrite. But Satyam Vada Priyam Vrada means that even the truth, you should break it in a gentle way, not say something, just throw a bomb. Then people may not be, because people cannot take it. So that way we release it very slowly and very in a way that they can accept it. But sometimes even without that, yes. See, that is why it takes time. All these are experiences. Then we understand each other, no? Sometimes the first time you scream and shout, they'll think, oh, I don't like the devotee. And then after that, they're very loving. Then you'll know, oh, it is only for my well-being. They actually love me. And for my correction only, they said that will happen over a period of time. Because they'll see, okay, this is not their regular habit. They're always loving to me. Sometimes they shouted at me. It is for my good only. That understanding will come.
Yeah. Correct.
But the senior devotee also can call them and say, I know you're hurt, but it is for your good only. I said that, like that. We can also all tell them.
Because sometimes if we are hurt, when we see each other, sometimes we cannot able to communicate like before. So that also devotees will be facing, no Mataji. So that I think we should avoid, no Mataji. We should be as like like before.
Yes. No, that is why to be like before, you have to talk it out. Otherwise, you can't pretend nothing is wrong. And then you'll just say superficially, oh, how are you? This, I mean, you just talk, but inside you're just simmering. That is also not correct.
Yes. Because unknowingly we are doing offenses mentally. Inside we are doing.
Yeah, that is why best any small thing also talk it out and be done with it, so that there is no such, feelings.
And I think better to talk it out in a personal, not in the group.
Personal.
That is better.
Not to go tell tales to everybody. What they're not going to help you. Simply, their minds will also get polluted. And they may say, yeah, why did they do like that? And you might enjoy it. See, very nice. They are also talking against them. Then that is really, that is Tamoguna way of dealing with it.
Yes. Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Sometimes माताजी ऐसा होता है कि लोग बोलते हैं मैं वर्षी भी नहीं, मैं टेम्पल ही नहीं जाऊंगा, ऐसा होता है। मतलब जब हर्ट हो जाते हैं किसी से तो बोलते हैं मैं टेम्पल जाऊंगा ही नहीं। तो पहले होता था, मेरे साथ भी ऐसा होता कि मैं भी तो मतलब जब आरती में कुछ हो जाता था, कुछ बोल देते तो कोई, तो मैं वहां से निकल के हट जाता था, वहां से साइड में हो जाता था। ऐसा भी होता है माता जी।
तो कोई ऐसा बताएंगे हमको कि मैं उधर नहीं जाऊंगा, वो वक्त ना मेरे साथ नहीं अच्छा बर्ताव किया, तो हम हमारे पास बोलते हैं तो हम जाके उनसे बात करना चाहिए, क्या हुआ इसमें, क्या वो लोग ऐसा नहीं है, आप आना भगवान सम और या जो जिस भक्त से उनको नाराज, जिससे नाराज है उनसे उनको बताना और ठीक करा देना। हम सब ऐसे ही करना चाहिए। जहां भी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है तो हम उनको साथ मिलाना चाहिए, है ना। ऐसा नहीं कि हाँ मैं क्या करूं, वो वक्त ऐसा किया, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, इस प्रकार नहीं कर सकते हैं।
हमें अपने तरफ से हैंडल होना है, हमें अपने तरफ से उनको करना है। हमें अपने तरफ से उनको रिक्वेस्ट करना है, हमें अपने तरफ से उनको वो करना है, समझाना है उनको।
हाँ, और कलयुग में जल्दी जल्दी सबको क्रोध आ जाता है, सबको इंसल्टिंग जल्दी आ जाता है, इसीलिए हम सांत्वना देना ही चाहिए। क्या हुआ, और कभी कभी डायरेक्टली बात करने के बदले में और कोई जाके वाया मीडिया, नहीं आप क्यों गुस्सा में है, ऐसा मैं पूछती हूँ क्या हुआ, इस प्रकार हम ये कर सकते हैं, मीडिएटर बन सकते हैं। लेकिन जो गॉसिप करना चाहता है वो क्या सोचेगा, अरे नया सब्जेक्ट मिला अभी, जाके सबके सबको बता के ताजा खबर, क्या हुआ मालूम, ये डिवोटी ने ऐसा बात किया, कितना बुरा है ना,
ऐसा किया।
क्यों ऐसा बात करते हैं, हमको अच्छा पसंद ही नहीं है ऐसा सब बात करने से। तो वो लोग भी और मसाला डालेंगे, हाँ हाँ ये डिवोटी ना ऐसा किया वैसा किया, बड़ा चढ़ा के बड़ा रामायण ही बना देंगे। इससे क्या फायदा हुआ।
उससे बस इंसल्ट हुआ उनका उनका खुद ही। क्योंकि अगर कोई हमारे सामने दूसरे की बुराई करता है तो हमारा भी बुराई किसी के सामने जरूर करेगा, ऐसा होता है।
हाँ
अगर हमसे भी कुछ गलत है तो वो किसी ना किसी और से
वो
कहेगा, वो
बहुत
भी।
ही गलत
तो
है
हमें ये
वो
समझना
बाहर। हाँ
हमें ये समझना चाहिए, नहीं तो फिर लोग क्या करेंगे कि हमारी बुराई भी करेंगे और उनकी भी बुराई हमसे करेंगे। अपनी नहीं देखेंगे, अपना भी देखना चाहिए।
हाँ उनका ऐसा नहीं कि वो आपसे बहुत प्रेम कर रहे हैं, आपके बारे में भी
हाँ
कुछ
वही,
मसाला मिलेगा तो उसका भी आप वो बात करेंगे।
उसको भी लोग
उनको चाहिए
करेंगे।
ताजा खबर तो कुछ बात करने के लिए। तो इसीलिए हम इसको निपटाना चाहिए जड़ से ही, क्योंकि बाहर के समाज जैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। बाहर के समाज में क्या, सब लोग बुरा खबर को ही पसंद करते हैं, न्यूज़पेपर में कुछ अच्छा चीज के बारे में नहीं बताते हैं, हमेशा खराब खराब चीज, वो इसको मारा, ये इससे चोरी किया, ये इसको कुछ
किसी चीज में
डांटा, यही तो पूरा न्यूज़पेपर में यही खबर है ना, क्योंकि लोगों को अच्छा लगता है, हाँ देखो कितना बुरे लोग हैं, मैं कितना अच्छा हूँ, ऐसा। तो अच्छा खबर, हमको ऐसा होना चाहिए कि अच्छा खबर सुन के हम खुशी होना
अच्छी
चाहिए।
चीजें अच्छी चीजें दिखाएंगे तो लोग अच्छा करेंगे, अगर बुरी चीजें दिखाएंगे तो लोग भी बुरा करेंगे, क्योंकि प्रभावित होते हैं ना लोग। तो वैसे ही वो
हम्म,
वही करेंगे वो भी।
हाँ हाँ, वो एक एक उसका नाम क्या था, यूसुफ नहीं, वो अपने गर्लफ्रेंड को टुकड़ा टुकड़ा 50 टुकड़ा करके फ्रिज में रख के एक एक करके वो फेंक दिया ना, वो होने के बाद
हम्म
कितने लोग अपने गर्लफ्रेंड
बहुत सारे लोग।
करने लगे। तो ऐसे ही वो खराब चीज जल्दी सीखते भी हैं।
ऐसा है।
ओके।
माता जी हरे कृष्णा, कैन आई टॉक 1 मिनट, इज देयर
हाँ
टाइम? माता जी, जैसे जब प्रभु जी बोल रहे थे ना कि हमको रसगुल्ला मुंह में रख के बात करना चाहिए, राइट? सो माता जी,
नहीं माता जी,
नहीं 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 नहीं,
वो
आपने अच्छा
नहीं
बोला प्रभु जी, आपने अच्छा बोला। जस्ट मैं कुछ माता जी
हाँ
से
हाँ,
और पूछना चाह
बोलिए
कि
बोलिए।
माता जी, मेरा नेचर बाय डिफॉल्ट ही करेले के जैसा है, कड़वा। आई विल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड स्पीक, है ना, ये कोई अच्छी क्वालिटी नहीं है, बट मैं सीधा बोल देती हूँ भाई,
हाँ,
ये मुझे बोलने का तरीका अच्छा होना चाहिए। हम चाहे किसी और की मदद करना चाहते हैं ना, चाहे वो डिवोटी हो कहीं हो, लेकिन जो तरीका होता है ना माता जी बोलने का, तो वो
हम्म
अच्छा नहीं होता है माता जी। मैं कोशिश करती हूँ, मैं इसी में स्ट्रगल करती हूँ कि कोशिश
हम्म
करके हम तो एक्चुअली भक्ति मैंने कहता एटलीस्ट उनमें हमारे में डिफरेंस होना चाहिए बोलने की में, तभी तो वो भी कृष्णा की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होंगे। पर मैं
हम्म
प्रैक्टिकली कभी हर टाइम नहीं कर पाती हूँ मतलब, फेल हो जाती हूँ इसमें। चाहे मैं सामने वाले की हेल्प करना चाहती हूँ, पर फिर भी मेरा बोलने का तरीका अच्छा नहीं, तो मैं सही बोलती हूँ बट उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता है माता जी वो। तो ये जो भाव है ना अंदर से और बाहर से अच्छा होना चाहिए कि भाई हेल्प की तो हम उनको अच्छा है हमारे में भाव, लेकिन बाहर जो प्रेजेंटेशन का तरीका है ना वो भी अच्छा ना चाहिए माता जी, वो मेरे में नहीं है। मैं कोशिश करती
ऐसा
हूँ
नहीं,
भाई।
नहीं नहीं आ जाएगा। सब लोग ना, अब हम भक्ति में आने से अच्छा गुण अपने आप एक के साथ एक के
स्टार्टिंग
बाद एक आता रहेगा।
शुरुआत में नहीं
ओके,
रहता माता जी, शुरुआत में
मैं
नहीं
लिफ्ट
रहता,
में जा
शुरुआत में
रही हूँ।
करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ क्या,
क्या माता जी, क्या बोल रही हैं?
नहीं मैं लिफ्ट में जा रही हूँ
अच्छा अच्छा, कोई बात नहीं माता जी। माता जी ये क्या नाम है इसका, हमें प्रैक्टिस ही करना पड़ेगा माता जी, क्योंकि हम परफेक्ट नहीं है, हमें प्रैक्टिस ही करते रहना पड़ेगा जिंदगी भर, क्योंकि हम परफेक्ट नहीं है ना ऑलरेडी।
यस
और मैंने
प्रभु जी।
रसगुल्ले वाली बात नहीं की है माता जी। रसगुल्ले वाली बात मैंने
struggling
इसलिए किया
practice.
था कि
I'm practicing, but
हाँ
struggling in the practicing, Prabhuji. Only Shiksha Guru's
प्रैक्टिस
mercy,
प्रैक्टिस
devotees'
करना
mercy only can help. That's it.
कि माता जी क्या होता है पता है, हम लोग जो भी करेंगे, हम करेंगे जो भी, लेकिन होगा वो कृष्णा की मर्जी से ही। अगर वो हो रहा है, आपसे नहीं हो रहा है, फिर भी हो रहा है, तो उसको एक्सेप्ट करिए, क्योंकि वो आपकी मर्जी से नहीं हो रहा है। आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, फिर भी नहीं हो रहा है, वो कृष्णा की मर्जी है।
नहीं माता जी, कभी कभी सामने वालों को हेल्प हो जाती है ऐसे बोलने से, रफ से, बट फिर भी उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता है ना। उनको भाई, उनको दिख रहा है कि भाई इन्होंने रफ शायद ऐसा बोला तो मेरी हेल्प हो गई, लेकिन फिर भी वो एडमिट नहीं करते और उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता। तो इसमें क्या होता है माता जी, मैं बोलने के चक्कर में मैं लाइक मैं अपने आप को बुरा हो जाती ना माता जी। मेरे को बोलने नहीं आ रहा है, मैं बुरी हो जाती माता जी दूसरे के
नहीं
सामने। इवन दो आई वांट टू बी
समझ गया, समझ
नाइस
गया।
विद देम, आई बिकम बैड फॉर देम माता जी।
No, okay. After that, you try to make up.
माता जी आपकी आवाज नहीं आई। हरे कृष्ण।
वो होगा माता जी, पता है वो होगा,
अ,
वो